here's the secret. Here's the truth. Pricing's not about the price. It it really isn't. All the things that happen before the price, that behavioral science, matter more than the price itself. And so understanding, my framework is called It's Not About the Cookie. And so it incorporates framing, like we've talked about, as well as reciprocity, scarcity, herding, and social proof, priming, these factors to be able to come in and think about them in a way that can then help you to take that next action. So the truth about pricing is, pricing is the thing that people need help with the most. I find it's where people get really stuck. They get really in their own head. And anytime you try to go find advice or insights into this, it's more confusing than it is helpful typically. And it can be weighty and stressful. And then you just spend a lot of time debating and end up just picking a price out of the air, because by the time you have to make a choice, you just look at what your competitor's doing and decide to be $1 less or whatever it is, right? And I don't want that for people. I want you to have that pricing confidence, because when you're confident in the pricing, it also makes it more likely people are going to buy. And so understanding how to make those decisions. And this book is really set up. It's shorter than the other two, and it's intended to be as close to a just do it for me, tell me what I need to do book that you can just be quickly applying as I could get.
Cool. So it's interesting with the price side of things. You said there, it's not the price, so the price doesn't matter in terms of, as long as you've done the work beforehand with regards to framing and setting things up for that price to be delivered. So what are some things that people can look at in terms of the price that they can sort of change and adjust to have that impact? Because like if you think about Mercedes, people don't bat an eyelid with regards to paying for a Mercedes for what it's worth, but they will haggle on a secondhand car to get the secondhand car. So what's kind of going on there, and how does that relate to pricing and how it's perceived by us?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot more there than we could cover today, but
Sure.
that brand piece is a big piece of it. For one, it also has to do with the way that it's messaged and how you pull the different levers that we were talking about, right? And so in the book, one of the examples I give is of a grilled cheese sandwich. And if you were going to make most people, even if you can't cook anything, you can probably make your way through a grilled cheese, right? And it costs like $1, maybe, of what it would take to make it. And, but if you were going to go out, you decide you're going to buy a grilled cheese, how much would you pay for one? And for most people, like, maybe $5, it feels, extreme. Or even if you go high end, right? Like if you were to think of the most like extreme, I'm going to buy a grilled cheese, what would you think that a company could charge or that you'd pay for one?
Yeah, so if it was kind of a high-end sort of restaurant-y cafe for lunchtime, you'd be thinking, sort of $10, maybe something like that, maybe even a little bit more, depending on what's with it.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, what could it possibly be? Well, there is a restaurant in New York. It's called Serendipity 3, and they have a grilled cheese sandwich on their menu for $214.
Wow.
And people buy it. They also have $200 French fries. So they have Guinness World Records for some of these high-end items. And it's not, yes, it's a PR thing, and who cares, right? Because it also, like, well, I'm not going to buy the $214 grilled cheese, but that $35 sandwich, like, I'm, part of this, right? I get to say I ate there and I was a part of this experience. And those $200 French fries, they came out with them when the pandemic was ending to say, hey, we're open again, right? So when they were able to first open, and the wait list to get them, because you have to pre-order in advance for any of their deluxe, their cheeseburger, the French fries, the grilled cheese, their $1,000 vanilla sundae, you have to order in advance.
Wow.
The wait list for the fries was 8 to 10 weeks long for $200 French fries, right? So those same people, right? It's about this experience. It's about how they explain it. It's about these great ingredients, but also think about what that does. Like I said, for the rest of the brand, you want to go try something else and take the picture to show you were here and to, increase their social proof. And then people hurting want to follow in and be part of that movement. We have a fear of missing out. That's some loss aversion that comes into play. Like all these things factor in. They also use a concept of anchoring, which is that high number. So like I said, the $200 grilled cheese makes it so the $30 sandwich doesn't feel so expensive, right? There's a lot of really interesting things they're doing, but they all work together to support that really strong brand and what they're about, just really smart decisions that they make. And, similarly, where like Louis Vuitton won't go on sale. And it would be really weird if they did, but other companies feel like they have to. Or even looking at something like Supreme and the Supreme brick that sold for $1,000 for an actual brick on the resale market. And their Pyrex, like the thing that you can buy for $5, you get their version for $25 because it has a little Supreme logo on it. It's super weird, but this is what your customer wants and can't tell you. You can charge whatever you want for things as long as it aligns with overarching brand strategy.
Yeah, I mean, when you were saying about the grilled cheese and the kind of the fries, I'm automatically thinking, well, they've got to be the best in the world. That's the thing.
I
You
know.
automatically think that, and I've never seen them, never tried them or anything. It's just straight away.
Right. And then if you were on a trip to New York, right now that you know about it and the family's going, you're on the vacation, you're like, let's do this outlandish. Let's go get these $200 fries because we got to try them. And then you're not going to not tell people about it. And because the brain gets what it expects, if you expect them to be the most amazing fries and they're not, garbage, when you're eating them, it's like, ooh, I taste the hints of the truffle or whatever it is that they say is in there. And the grilled cheese has gold leaf and things on it. But again, if we think about framing, right? And so if it's like, hey, there's hunks of metal in the bread, you're like, ugh. Like gross, right? But this 23 karat gold flecks in the crust, it feels very different. It's made with Dom Perignon champagne and whatever it is to create all that, and so it feels very exciting because of the framing, those priming words, all that comes together to make you feel like you really want to try it.